Alright, welcome back everyone. It is LaughNgamez here. I am back, and it is time for another Starcraft 2 1 vs 1 AlphaStar replay cast. So, today we are going to be having AlphaStar playing Terran once again. And once again, AlphaStar is going to be taking on a Protoss player. And I'm just going to go ahead and say it. This is going to be a tall order for this Protoss player, unless he's got something up his sleeve or whatever. Because he's a Diamond Protoss player. And the map is New Repugnancy. But yes, a Diamond Protoss player I think is going to have a tough time taking on any iteration of AlphaStar, as AlphaStar is no slouch. Its Terran play seems to be pretty solid. And so personally, I'm a little bit concerned for the Diamond Protoss player, but maybe he'll surprise us. Maybe he knows how to play AlphaStar, which is usually play for the late game or something like that. Well, yeah. So that's kind of exciting to see how a Diamond player is going to be able to take on AlphaStar. It's a tall order, but I believe in this Diamond player. Now, the last AlphaStar TVP we cast, it was absolutely amazing. If you didn't watch it, I recommend you check it out, because AlphaStar actually played really human. It went for like an early siege tank push, and then went for like some odd time drops, then hit multiple locations. It played kind of very human compared to how we've seen AlphaStar play in the past, so I'm excited to watch it. Oh, here we go. The Diamond player is already going to be cooking something up a little bit. As double gateway versus AlphaStar is kind of just nuts, as it's not something you do versus Terran. So we'll see what this Protoss player is cooking up. Is it going to be like a 4-gate or something? I don't know, but yeah, this is such an odd build already from the Protoss player. AlphaStar itself actually opens up in this manner, but this is not AlphaStar. This is a Diamond Protoss player who's going to be trying to cheese AlphaStar with a double Stalker Chrono Boost opening, which is just kind of unheard of. I mean, it could be good in a sense, as the Terran would be throwing up like a command center usually around now that maybe you could counter or something. Or, you know, AlphaStar, though, this game is actually going for a later CC. It went for a factory double gas. The Reaper it made, however, is actually staying back at home, so a bit of an odd opening from AlphaStar, and most importantly, it is not scouting out this double Stalker opening. There's already a Twilight Council, a Robo on the way. This is full one base from the Diamond player. Going to be cheesing AlphaStar. For this Protoss player, we have got like let's say a 3-minute rush or so. So for this video, let's try and hit 3 likes, ladies and gentlemen. I think we can do it. I'm not sure, but I believe. Now, as the Stalkers start to push on in on this command center, I'm pretty sure that SCV is going to be toast, and AlphaStar is like, what are you doing? Why do you have 2 Stalkers this early on, man? This is not normal. So we take a look. There's going to be another proxy pylon going up here, or the first proxy pylon with another gateway going up for the Diamond player. All the while, the Stalkers are just going to be bullying this command center. Now, the thing is, there's 2 Stalkers here, but there's actually 3 Reapers and 2 Hellions for AlphaStar, so that might be enough to engage 2 Stalkers. I believe it is, as a matter of fact. So the Protoss player is going to be getting pushed back. His Stalkers, which are very good against these units in general, are simply outnumbered. So it looks like AlphaStar with good micro saves. One of the Reapers, another goes down, but overall it's simply just 1 Reaper for 2 Stalkers. A beautiful trade for AlphaStar. Oh my gosh, what a play. Now, all of a sudden, the Protoss player who tried to cheese out AlphaStar is running home with his tail between his legs. The command center building has been resumed, and as a matter of fact, the Hellions are just going to jet across the map. The Protoss player with quick thinking tries to wall, but the Hellions and Reapers make it into his main base. He did not get that wall up in time, just seconds too late, so AlphaStar is kind of running free in his main base. However, AlphaStar actually decides to turn tail and run. So the game is going to kind of normalize, I guess. I don't know. It's still a blink rush from the Protoss player, potentially going to be catching AlphaStar off guard a little bit, but really it shouldn't. As, oh, take a look at this. The Reapers come in. They're going to scout everything. They're going to start massacring probes. And oh, this is just bad news bears for the Protoss player. He tried to cheese out AlphaStar, but it has not worked at all for him. Stalkers are going to be moving on in. They're going to see the command center got finished, so these SCVs are happily mining. There's also a siege tank on the high ground. This is going to be a tough game for this Protoss player to pull back. Yeah, this is just not great at all here. AlphaStar still out on the map with its Hellion, with its Reapers. The natural base potentially could go down if AlphaStar doesn't lift it, which could be a bit of an AI derp. However, it has lifted the command center, so that will be fine. The siege tanks are getting up. The Cloak Banshee is done for AlphaStar, or the Banshee's done. It doesn't quite have Cloak yet. Oh, this could be bad, though. Looks like that Banshee takes a few shots from the Stalkers, the Observers on the high ground. But, oh, the command center is going to be eating a few shots as well, and AlphaStar is derping a little bit. Oh, take a look at this. I think this is going to be a dead command center, knocking both players down to one base, which suddenly makes the position of the Protoss player infinitely better. However, still, he's losing probes in his main base left, right, and center. As these Reapers dove back in, they're just going to focus down more and more probes. He built himself a shield battery, but it was by his gateways, not by his mineral lines, so the Protoss player has taken a real beating this game. Now, the Banshees are moving out on the map. The Protoss player should know about these, so there's a chance he's going to pick them off. He blinks underneath them. His Observer not quite in position to get those picked off, but still, the Protoss player has made this game very, very wonky the way he's played. He's now chrono boosting probes off his one base. He's actually going to throw up a Nexus at this point in the game, which is absolutely nuts. Going for a Nexus currently. And oh, take a look. The Banshee's going to move out on the map once again. The Observer got picked off. And AlphaStar is playing more classic AlphaStar, just making a lot of siege tanks, producing more Banshees this game, getting that Hyperflight rotors as well. So they're going to be fast Banshees. They go gas, gas, gas. These two Banshees get spotted. So the Protoss player should have fair warning about this. Yeah, two Stalkers in the main base are going to help defend versus these Banshees. We'll see what they're able to get done. The Protoss player should be reacting, seeing these Banshees. The Banshees are actually setting their sights on this pylon for now, which will supply block the Protoss, so not a bad move there from AlphaStar. Somehow knowing that that was the right target, that there's Stalkers lurking in the main base. Beautiful play from AlphaStar. Things are gonna stabilize a little bit here after such a crazy opening. I feel like I've been talking non-stop after that crazy first blink push. AlphaStar is building up more and more siege tanks. Eventually it'll probably try and secure its natural. However, AlphaStar has been known to derp a little bit with how it produces or with how it secures additional bases when it's locked on one base. So we'll see how it's going to handle that. For now, these Banshees could be getting chased down, but the Observers are too slow. AlphaStar, beautiful Banshee control. More Stalkers getting warped in for the Protoss player back at home because he knows these Banshees are going to be a bit of a threat. And AlphaStar is going full derp. It's like, alright, I already lost one command center, so here goes my third. So that goes at the third base location, not cluing into the fact that it already lost its natural and could just float down there. So there's a bit of a derp from AlphaStar. So far, though, it's just keeping the Protoss player busy with its Banshees. The Stalkers are setting their sights on some of these Banshees. I think they might have got one Banshee so far. These other Banshees are just hiding out, but the Protoss player, his macro has basically just been stifled. He hasn't really probed up at his natural at all because he's been busy running around dodging the Banshees. And right now, this is looking just like a very, very tough spot here for the Diamond player. I said this was going to be a rough one. He made it exciting a little bit, or very exciting at the start of the game, but now it's just going to be a tall order for him to come back, as AlphaStar, with its SCVs trapped by siege tanks, is kind of just flexing a little bit here. Like, yeah, I got 6 siege tanks. They're going to lock these SCVs in jail, which are unable to mine, so a bit of a derp there on the AI's part again. There's actually 4 SCVs in there, apparently. I didn't expect there to be that many. So let's take a look here. The Protoss player, Banshees in the main base, will get shut down. That is a nice move for him, preventing that, but he's still barely mining at his natural base. He's oversaturated in his main now. He went for double forges, but he hasn't started any upgrades yet. There we go, the 1-1 starting now. But I think building probes is probably more important at this point. And take a look at this. AlphaStar has the SCVs with the siege tanks, has just so many Marines, is about to have stim pack done. So yeah, this could be a very, very tough push if AlphaStar decides to move out. So we'll see if it is eventually going to do that. The Protoss player will be tight pressed to defend versus that. The Banshees once again moving out. They got their Noth, so they're just jetting across the sky. And let's take a look here. The Banshees heading towards the natural. The Protoss player is barely saturated here. But in come the Banshees. They're going to see that it's a little less saturated as they start picking off probes, and more probes. The Stalkers blink, but the Banshees, they are quick, so they should escape. Although a little bit of miss micro on AlphaStar's part loses both the Banshees. However, make no mistake, the AI still has a very, very significant lead this game. Like, this is just so many Marines. There's no form of AoE for the Protoss player yet. Like, if he was building, say, DTs, or, hey, a Templar Archives might do the trick if he gets up some nice size storms. We'll see if AlphaStar is going to give him the time, though, as we are 10 minutes into this game. Yeah, let's take a look here. Templar Archives on the way, the Protoss player. Hopefully he'll be chrono boosting that out as soon as possible. He even throws up a cannon in his main base because he's Banshee paranoid. He's got a couple of misrallied probes. He probably wants to fix that. In comes the Banshee. He's gonna aim to start killing some of these probes. The cannon is actually its first target, but then it switches, gonna start killing off the probes. The cannon is not yet done to repel this Banshee. Looks like another Stalker is gonna warp in, but a Stalker takes a long time to kill a Banshee. There comes in the rest of them, and the Banshee does go down. But now we take a look. AlphaStar is moving out on the map. It's doing the AlphaStar thing, which it attacks with just its Marines. It's like, alright, I don't need to bring the siege tanks. Here is, Lord knows how many Marines. It's currently 48 Marines going up against 6 Zealots, 14 Stalkers, and 3 Sentries. Let's see how this is going to play out. For now, though, the Protoss player is only on 19 probes against AlphaStar's 54. But wait! AlphaStar, preemptive stim! It actually just way overstimmed its Marines, so there goes a ton of HP. And this AlphaStar is not building Medivac, so we could see some very injured Marines. Once again, though, the Banshee going to come into the main base of the Protoss player. Any dead worker is a huge portion of the Protoss's economy at this point because he's only on 18 probes. He really needs to build some more, but he just ain't. He just ain't macroing. This Diamond Protoss player dropping the ball a little bit, dare I say. In come the Marines now. They've already stimmed once. They're going to stim again. However, AlphaStar will retreat with them, but now they're very, very injured, losing 20 HP from stim. One more and they will be in the red or the orange. The Diamond player is going to pursue these, though. Army supply is 55 to 90 once all these Marines are dead. Oh, there's one more stim. These Marines, they're so red. This is just ridiculous. This is absolutely bananas here. As these Marines, they have already stimmed once. The Stalkers are going to blink after them. These Marines are easily just one-shottable Guardian Shield pops. They're going to kill off a fair few of the Stalkers, though, a fair few of them at least. Meanwhile, AlphaStar back at home is still just producing more and more units, just building a plethora of siege tanks. Getting up armor before any other upgrades, getting up another command center. The Ghost Academy's up. The Stalkers are not going to be able to push in and get anything done against this many siege tanks. And all I want for Christmas is for this Protoss player to make probes, and he's doing it. So there we go. It's nice to see that. Meanwhile, Psystorm has been researched for the Protoss player. He's warping in 4 High Templar. So he will have Psystorm, and that's a motto on this channel pretty much. As long as you have some form of AoE, whether it be a Psystorm or Disruptors, you have a chance to come back in the game, because there's sometimes big derps, but we have another game in which AlphaStar is making ghosts, which is cool to see. It's not often we see AlphaStar make things like ghosts, like battle cruisers, but some games we do, so we're seeing one of those now. Meanwhile, 5 Marines are moving out to be a hit squad. The Protoss player fires up a 3rd base. He's up to 27 probes, ladies and gentlemen. 27, absolutely bananas. Just so many probes for this guy compared to how many he had before. 28! Look at that, 29 and 30 on the way. More and more probes. All the while, AlphaStar is just building SimCity like it's playing single player, just building up all these odd walls, a ton of idle SCVs, just chilling, getting up more command centers left, right, and center. Planetary Fortress there. Yeah, this is looking pretty good for AlphaStar, but I mean, if the AI waits too long, there's always a chance the Protoss player can get a super good engagement. I want to believe, as the Protoss player throws up a Stargate now, I just want the Protoss to build more probes. AlphaStar, once again, is going to send out an odd group of Marines. The Protoss player does have Psystorm, though, so this should be pretty good at punishing that. But oh no! The third base of the Protoss could be under attack. As the first Marine runs in and reveals this Nexus, AlphaStar is going to run these Marines, and they're going to set to work on this Nexus. There's nothing to defend it, so the Protoss player is going to lose. Lose the attempt he made at rebuilding his economy. The Marines get Psystorm there, eating a lot of damage. The Stalkers blink after very ambitiously. All these Marines will be cleaned up. I don't know. I don't know, guys. We're 15 minutes into the game. The Protoss player is at 68 supply. Do you think he has a chance? Do you want to believe, or are we just waiting for the inevitable death of the Protoss? If you're a believer, right now in the comments, let me know why. I mean, I always say that you have a chance in the late game against AlphaStar because it doesn't build ideal compositions, but this Protoss player is just taking so long to build up. He's just not macroing. He's getting up a fleet beacon, which is kind of odd. I mean, I don't think he can afford many Tempest or carriers. Meanwhile, scans for days are going down by AlphaStar, just looking all over the place like, hey, what's going on over here? I guess I'll scan it. Another Banshee comes in. Oh no, it's gonna get a High Templar! Oh, Banshee gets the High Templar. Painful, painful day for the Protoss player. No more probes have been made for the Protoss, or he's at 36 now. He's mined out in his main base. Oh, I'm gonna admit, this is a painful one, ladies and gentlemen. AlphaStar totally just shrekking this Protoss player. Yeah, this one hurts. This one hurts a lot. 78 supply to 189. In the meantime, join my Discord while we wait for AlphaStar to move out and probably kill this Protoss player. I believe in seeing every AlphaStar game through to the end because I'm gonna be that guy who casts every single AlphaStar game through and through. But yeah, this is a painful one. I thought the Diamond Protoss player might be onto something at the start, but in comes AlphaStar now, moving in with a ton of siege tanks with the Ghosts. Are the Ghosts gonna EMP? Oh, this one's cloaking. Is AlphaStar gonna move forward and throw down some EMP? Banshee being cleaned up. This is a typical AlphaStar game where 10 Banshees have died. 31 probes have died for that, so actually not a bad ratio for the Protoss. Another Banshee gets caught. More probes gonna die. Meanwhile, AlphaStar just chilling out here. Just do it. Just kill him. Wait, where'd the Ghosts go? Where'd those Ghosts go? Wait, they went home. Why'd the Ghosts go home? AlphaStar, what are you doing? Meanwhile, there's some Marines that made it into the main base somehow. Oh, I guess AlphaStar dropped. A little drop. That's kind of cute. This Protoss player is kind of hurting me a little bit, though. You gotta macro up. Like, you can cheese your way to Diamond or so relatively... I shouldn't say easily, but it's definitely doable to cheese your way to Diamond and learn no fundamentals of the game. And as a result, sometimes people don't have the best macro or things, and this Diamond player is one of them. Oh, is he going to Ghost Drop? Are you going to do it, AlphaStar? Unload those Ghosts in the main base? Yeah, so there's like, just, you got to learn to macro. I myself, I Reaper rushed literally up to Platinum. From Bronze to Platinum, just playing Starcraft 2, and then Reaper rushing stopped working because players learned how to defend it at a certain skill level. And then I had to learn how to play other ways of Starcraft 2. And it was painful, but you gotta do it. You gotta learn how to macro and stuff. This one High Templar is ready. He's gonna give it the good old college try. Nope, he backs off. He's like, there's Ghosts, there's Ravens, there's a ton of siege tanks. This is the moment which we find out whether this Protoss player is indeed afraid of Ghosts. There's a lot of Ghosts here for AlphaStar. This is the most Ghosts we've ever seen AlphaStar make, at least. In goes this one Ghost. Oh my gosh, AlphaStar is making nukes. Oh, do we get an Alpha nuke? The Ghosts are moving forward. One of them dies, the Raven dies as well. But, oh, will we see it? Will we see AlphaStar nuke? Oh my gosh, oh my gosh. This whole video is worth it if that's the case. And now there's actually Tempest and minimal anti-air for the Terran player. I mean, these Tempests, they can kite the Marines, but the Protoss player can't move in with everything else. Alright, Tempest are going to move forward. AlphaStar does have nukes done, So let's see it. Where's the nuke, AlphaStar? We're 20 minutes into this game. The Marines are going to stim forward, chase the Tempest. Protoss player is going to move down. All the while, the siege tanks are moving closer and closer to the Protoss' base. Where's the Psystorm? There's the Psystorm. It hits some of the tanks. It hits some of the ghosts. The Protoss players moving forward. His Tempest are giving it the good old college try. There hasn't been a nuke. AlphaStar builds a nuke, but it doesn't use it. Sad times. Sad times. Ladies and gentlemen, if you enjoyed this video, if you're like, what's the word? Is it, I'm not sure what the word is, but if you enjoy watching like a slaughter or something, or just an abuse, this was it. This was atrocious. So leave a like button if you did. Hit that like button. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. Join the Discord. Big thanks to the 3 of you who support the channel via memberships. Every little bit helps supporting the channel. And of course, check out the other content I put up on the channel. Some of you guys just watch the AlphaStar videos, and I get that. You just like the AI and stuff, but there have been people who've commented on the other videos like, wow, I enjoyed watching this, even though I usually just watch the AlphaStar. So it's worth checking out. I am going to cast AlphaStar for the foreseeable future, but the day will come which I run out of AlphaStar replays, and by that time I hope you guys are willing to watch some regular old StarCraft 2. I'll see you guys next time. This has been LaughNgamez.